What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video, we're creating a pencil illustration of Poseidon from Fortnite. For today's lesson, we need some paper and a pencil. I'm using this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. Now if you want more details on our art supplies, I'll leave a list with links in the description below. Now I want to begin by breaking down the basic shape of our character. Let's start by sketching a line coming down the center of our page. So we'll start at the very top and the middle. It's going to lightly work our way down towards the bottom using these short lines. Now, going back up to the top, let's draw another line going across from left to right. Now, the easiest way to create any drawing is to start with the basic shapes first and start layering on the details after. Let's use these two lines to help us create a circle along the top of our page. So from that center point, let's step up. It's going to mark off the top of our circle. Now, you want to measure that same distance from the center down towards the bottom. And then we'll repeat that across this horizontal line. So measuring the distance from the center down toward the left, and then down towards the right. Let's connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our circle. So we'll start with the top left, just working our way around. And the circle doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to get the right size and placement in the center of our page. From the side of our circle, let's step out. Just going to curve the top of the head. We want to go higher in the middle, so just pulling this up and in. Go all the way around and then down towards the right. Again, just measuring that same distance from the side of our circle down towards the right. From the side, let's curve this down and bend that in towards that center line. Now, on either side of the face, we're going to draw two circles for the eyes. Let's move over towards the left. So we go up, come around towards the bottom, and back in. And we'll line that up on the right side, going all the way around. From the bottom of the eyes, let's step down, add a curve for the mouth, going down and then up. Go back to the left side, curve this down along the bottom of the mouth, and then up. Now I want to add a drip over on the left side. So let's start by curving this in and out, round this out, go up underneath that circle. Now over on the right side, let's draw a small circle for a bubble. Now we're going to place the crown on top of the head. So we're going to line up at the top of the eyes, move to the center. It's going to curve the crown going up and then out towards the side of the head on both sides. Let's curve the side of the crown, going out and then in. Line that up on the right. Now I'm going to add a point, coming down and in, go up and out. Now halfway along this line, I'm just going to curve the crown, coming down, go all the way up towards the top in the middle, come down towards the right, and just tuck that in underneath. Let's add that point across the top, coming down and out towards the side, go up and then in. Now I'm going to add that diamond in the center, coming down and in, and go up towards the top in the middle. Now I'm going to go back to the base of the head. We're going to curve the body, coming down and then in towards the waist on either side. Right about there. Let's close off the hips with a curve, coming down and then up. Now from the hips, we want to step up and add a curve going up and down across the chest. Let's go to the center, draw an oval for the buckle. Now from the bottom of that oval, we're going to step down, curve the leg, going out and then down towards the left heel, go back up towards the top, go out and then down towards the right heel. Let's round out the bottom of the feet, coming down and up towards the left and right side. Now I'm going to curve the top of the foot. From the outside, we're going to go up and just bend this down towards the heel. Now I'm going to go back up to the hips and draw the outside of the leg. Let's start on the left, going out, come down, just bend that in on top of the foot. Now I want to move halfway across the side of the body, so right about here, we're just going to bend the arm, going out and then down towards the wrist. Let's line that up on the right, going out and then down towards the same height. From the wrist, draw a small half circle, coming in and out for the thumb. Let's close off the end of the thumb with a small bracket. Now we're going to add 3 fingers on either side. Let's start from the bottom of the thumb, come down and up around that bracket, come down towards the bottom, add the second finger, Now the third finger, we want to go all the way around and then up towards the cuff. Let's do the same thing on the right. Start with that first finger, second, and then the third going up towards the same height. Let's create a fold along the top of the forearm. I'm going to round this out, pull this in and then down towards the top of the thumb. Let's go back up to the base of the head. I'm just going to bend the arm, going out and then down on top of the forearm. Now from here, we're going to step up, then this up and then in. Let's go back up, and then out, just past the side of the shoulder. Let's round out the shoulder, come down and then in towards the side of the arm. Let's go back and add a little bit more detail to the legs. From that center point, let's step down towards the left, then it's up and then out. Go over towards the right and do the same thing. Let's add that center flap. From the side of our oval, we're going to step out, then it's in, and then out. And draw a straight angle line coming down and in towards the middle. Let's go back up to the hips, then it's in and then down. Go out and then down towards the side. And go up and out. Now let's add a little bit more detail to that necklace. Starting in the middle, draw a curve going up and then down across the top. From the ends, bend this down and then in towards the middle. And then in the center, sketch a small circle. Now along this curve, we're going to add 2 circles on either side. Let's start on the left. Going around, line it up on the right, step up and draw that one more time. Now that we have a rough sketch in place, let's go back and erase some of these guidelines. So we're just going to clean this up. Now I'm going to use this rough sketch as a guide to help us add some more detail and refine the shapes. Now I'm going to start with the eyes. Let's start on the left side. Just want to thicken up these lines. And we want to add some thicker lines across the bottom of each curve. So with the eye, just adding some weight across the bottom. So first tracing out the contours first. And I'm just going to darken up the bottom. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now again, we're just using the rough sketch as a guide. We want to make sure that we balance out each side. So just looking back and forth, making sure that they're the right size. And then adding some weight across the bottom. Now on the top of each eye, we're going to draw a small circle for highlight, just lightly sketching that in. And then you want to trace the eyes along the inside, adding a small trim, and you want to pull that in behind that highlight. And then go in and just darken up the center of the pupils, going around that highlight. I'm going to go back and just lightly shade in the outside of the eyes. Again, going in behind the highlight. We're also going to lightly shade in the inside of the mouth. And then we're going to move up and start detailing out the crown, starting across the bottom edge. Again, just adding some weight across the bottom. So just adding some thickness to that line. I'm going to add a seam across the center, starting across the top, just blending that in towards a diamond, and then going up. Now we're just going to simplify that necklace, starting in the middle. We're just going to trace out each of those circles on either side. Now adding some thickness to that band, going in behind. And it'll darken up the inside. I'm just going to add a little bit more detail to that buckle going around. Just using that oval as a guide. We're still going to simplify this detail. Now let's go back and clean up our drawing one final time before we add any shadows. Now with this character, we want to add a little bit of a glow around the outside of the body. So with the shadows, we're just going to set these in. So let's start with the left arm. Along this curve, one step up. Just going to lightly trace that out, going up. And then from this line, I'm just going to go to the side edge of our pencil. Just going to darken that up, and then fade that out. And we do that with all the shadows across the body, just setting those in. Let's do the exact same thing on the right, just setting that line in, and then shading that in, going up towards the center of the arm. Now with the fingers, we're just going to shade that in and go up towards the top. Again, adding a little bit of a highlight across the edge. And going across the thumb. Let's go to this point along the top of the forearm. Just going to shade that in and fade that down. Same thing across the shoulder. Now with the crown, I'm going to shade in the right side of that center line and then fade that across. We also want to create a highlight on the right side. So starting with that curve, just following that on the inside and then fading that across towards the left. You can go a little bit darker with that edge. Let's add a little bit of a glare on the left side. Now, as we get near the end of our drawing, we're just going to enhance our shadows and reflection, and always be sure to sign our artwork. And that's pretty much it. There's a pencil illustration of Poseidon from Fortnite. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. If you're interested in learning more about today's art supplies, then stick around. This is the Nik Pro Mechanical Pencil. The 5-piece set comes complete with 5 drafting pencils, 4 tubes of lead refills for all the different sizes, 2 erasers, also 9-piece eraser refills, 2 lead sharpeners, with a pack of colored leads. And all of this is neatly packed in a gift storage box. Now, since I started using this pencil back in 2023, it's really changed the level of my drawings. The heavier weight of the pencil has helped me create smoother and more controlled lines. And with the wide variety of lead sizes, I can easily transition from high detail to smooth shading. And Nik Pro also has a fun color set for those who want something a little bit more lightweight. I used to think that all pencils are created equal, but since using this Nik Pro mechanical pencil, it's been a game changer for my art. Now, if you want to give this pencil a try, I'll leave the link in the description below.